Good morning, my dear students. Alright, so in this video, I will simply be covering the review for your social studies class, and that review can be located on page 2 and page 3 of the study guide that I gave you back in February. Okay? So, page 1 is the English study review sheets, which I'm not going to cover right now. The top half of page 2 is the science, which it may have actually shifted because I did revise the study guide, so just look anywhere on page, whatever's labeled page 2 or 3 or 4. Okay? I know I did give them to you individually when I did distribute them, but if you have any questions, just let me know. And if you especially have any questions regarding emailing you an extra copy, just comment on this video or send me a personal message or send me an email, and I will gladly do that. Okay? Now remember, everything we covered in January and February definitely will be on the final exam. And the things that I have taught you in April and May possibly be on the exam, or maybe not. But just know that officially speaking, everything on the exam will be things covered for term 2. Okay, so let's begin here where it says social studies, history, and environmentalism. So everything from the second week of January to the last week of February will be on this exam. So, things we covered back in January. Question number 1. What is the area of Iraq that is most being affected by global warming called? Now, remember I did show you a video about this. And if you guys have any questions regarding those videos, just look back in your lesson plans. All of those videos were linked in the lesson plans. Okay? So, try to take this time to remember. Pause the video if you need to. Right. So, in Arabic, this area of the country is called Al-Ahwar. In English, it's the Mesopotamian marshlands. Okay? So if you put that, or just marshlands, or Al-Ahwar, all of those are correct answers, okay? And now tell me, where is that part of Iraq located? It's pretty much the entire part of the country in between Baghdad and Basra. So everything south of Baghdad and north of Basra, okay? And everything in between the two rivers, okay? In between the Euphrates and the Tigris River, between the Furat and Dijla rivers, okay? That entire very green, very lush, easily farmable land, okay? So next question, number 2. What is the meaning of the word environmentalism? Okay, so what does the word environment mean? The word environment is the area where you live, the area that surrounds you, up to and including the nature and the vegetation and the plants. So, environmentalism is wanting to improve. It's a movement that aims to want to improve the health, specifically the health and well-being of the environment, and essentially stopping these companies and oil factories and coal mine companies from damaging or destroying the environment. Okay? So define global warming and climate change. So the thing you need to know is global warming is a very specific concept, whereas climate change is a little bit more general. So change can mean either changing upwards or changing down. So it can mean any kind of climate change. So for example, an ice age can be considered climate change because it is the temperature of the planet becoming colder, and therefore in the northern hemispheres, more glaciers and more snowfall occurring. However, in this day and age, in the 21st century, we use the word climate change to mean an increase in temperature. Okay. And that increase in temperature is specifically called global warming. Okay. So, and another thing you need to know is global warming is claimed by some scientists to be caused by the exhaust from cars destroying the ozone layer, and therefore the sun's rays and the heat from the sun and the ultraviolet light from the sun penetrating the ozone layer and getting to Earth, therefore causing it to be hotter. Okay? Now, I know I just mentioned the word ozone there. Now, what does the word ozone mean? So the word ozone is a chemical word which refers to a gas that exists in the ozone layer that is made up of two oxygen molecules. Okay? It's known as just O2. So, what is the ozone layer and what does it do? How does it protect the Earth? So remember, global warming is the ozone layer being weakened by machines and factories and cars exhaust and causing the Earth to become hotter. So a layer that is made up of ozone that protects our planet, the Earth, from the sun's ultraviolet light. And another thing to know is that the ultraviolet light is also radioactive. And you don't need to know what radiation is right now. I'll explain that in the future, next year. But you do need to know that the ozone layer protects the Earth from radiation caused by ultraviolet light. Okay? Now that completes the environmentalism aspect from back in January. And then we will continue on to the social science lessons that we did in February, which have more to do with history and anthropology and sociology. Okay? And archaeology as well. Give me the names of 3 civilizations that existed in ancient Iraq. Now, I know I uploaded a few videos of this in April to the Google Classroom. So, the video I uploaded was of the city of Uruk, which was a member of Sumerian civilization, which is often regarded by scientists as being the first true civilized human civilization, centered around the city of Sumer. Okay? Sumer. In modern-day Sumawa, in modern-day Mahafazat al-Muthana in South Iraq. Muthana Governorate. All right. All the successor civilizations that originated from this one's influence are, for example, Babylonian civilization, Assyrian civilization. There are some other smaller ones that can be classified into Mesopotamian civilizations, such as Persian, although it doesn't originate here. It is part of Mesopotamia and it controlled it for a while. And another one is Akkadian. So you only have to put 3, but I'm putting all the possibly correct answers here, okay? Median civilization is also another one. And that is an ancient Upper Mesopotamian civilization, an ancient Kurdish civilization, okay? So this is a Kurdish civilization. These are all Semitic civilizations, okay? From southern Mesopotamia. All right. What was the name of the last king of Babylon? All right. If you don't know, pause the video and go search for it now. If you do know, fill in the blank, or just say it out loud. So in English, in the English language, we say his name as Nebuchadnezzar or Nebuchadnezzar, but the Arabic pronunciation is Nebuchadnezzar, okay? So if you don't spell it correctly, it's okay, because I know it's a very complicated name, okay? Now we'll take a picture of this as well right now, and I will upload this onto the Google Classroom. Okay. Now, next question, or next page, I should say, is what was the name of the first king of kings, also called the Shah, or Shahanshah, of the first Persian Achaemenid Empire, okay? In Persian known as the Hachemenish Empire, okay? His name, once again, in English, is Cyrus the Great. His name in Persian is Gurush-e Bozorg. Whichever one is easier for you to remember. They are both correct. You only have to put one. You can put the English name or the Persian name. Same with this. You can put the English name or the Arabic name, which I will write down later, but not right now. Okay. What was the name of the first king of the Medes of the Median Kingdom? Okay, so this is the Kurdish civilization that I spoke about, right? So his name in Kurdish is Diako, okay? However, there are other names that he was given by his neighbors, either by the Greeks or by the Persians, and they gave him different names. But if you write the word Diako, that is correct. So you can write it like that, D-Y-A-K-O, Diako. And that was the first king. All right, next question is, how many years ago did media exist? So yeah, that should say ago, not go. That was my mistake. So this kingdom existed, say it was founded approximately 2,700 years ago. And it existed for about 100 to 150 years. So, 2,550 years ago. So it only existed as a powerful kingdom and empire for about 150 years. And then the Medians were in turn conquered by the Achaemenid Empire under Cyrus. And then they became part of his empire. Okay. All right, next question. What does the word Mesopotamia mean? So, we've gone over this already. Mesopotamia just means the land between the two rivers. And once again, answer out loud. What are the names of those two rivers? In Arabic, Dijla and Furat. In English, Tigris and Euphrates. All right. Next question is, Okay, sorry. I will deviate real quick. So you can either spell it like this, Diako. Another way to spell it is Diaku. Diako, Diaku. Both correct, both the original Kurdish name. The Greek name is Diocese or Diokes. Any of these are correct, so do not worry about the spelling. I will know exactly what you mean. Okay. The first king of the Median Kingdom. Okay, next question. What does the term Fertile Crescent mean? So Fertile Crescent, remember crescent is this shape right here, like a moon, which is a very important symbol in Middle Eastern culture. So the southern part of the crescent represents the area in the Persian Gulf. It goes all the way up into modern-day Turkey and Syria, and it is the rich, easily farmable land that is created by the constant water running through it from the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Okay? Fertility means able to be farmed. A land that is fertile is land that can support a lot of vegetation and plants and farm crops, and a lot of harvest. So in between and also around, meaning outside the rivers. In modern day Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Back then called Mesopotamia. All right. What are the names of the two rivers in English that make up the Fertile Crescent? Now, I've said this about 5 times already. I hope you've gotten the picture by now. All right. So the names, once again, you can say them both. You can write them both the English version or the Arabic version. They will both be correct. Remember, this is an ampersand. It means and. Okay, Furat and Dijla. All right, now these two rivers run through a lot of cities. Now I'm asking name at least 3 big cities that either of these two rivers runs through. Now, you don't have to name all of them. I'm just asking you for 3, but I'm going to list all of the major cities that they run through. Okay. Biggest and most famous one is Baghdad. Another one is Mosul. Another one is Raqqa. Another one is Deir ez-Zor. Although technically not the Tigris and Euphrates, the Shatt al-Arab does run through Basra, which is made up of the confluence, meaning the joining of these two rivers in the south. Okay. Another one is Al-Qurna. If you write down any of these cities, remember I just want 3 of them, it will be marked as correct. Okay. All right. What 3 modern day countries do these rivers exist in? And as you know, I've already put the answer right there. Okay. So, Syria, Turkey, Iraq. When these two rivers meet and join in South Iraq, what is it called then? The Shatt al-Arab. Okay? As I just mentioned before. So, Shatt al-Arab. What year was the city of Baghdad founded in? I remember. Also, who was the person that founded it? The person that founded it was one of the Umayyad caliphs, the Al-Khalafa al-Umayyah, right? So, tell me also, who was this founded by? His name is Al-Mansur, okay? And also remember, very important, another question is, what was the original name of the city? So this city, using the Common Era date, was founded in the year 762 CE. Common Era, okay? Who was Baghdad founded by? Al-Mansur. You can say Khalif Al-Mansur. Under which caliphate did the construction of Baghdad begin? Oh, actually, I apologize. I made a mistake. It's not the Umayyads, it's the Abbasids. Right? So the Abbasids founded Baghdad. Al-Khilafa al-Abbasiyya. What was the original name of Baghdad? The City of Peace. You can write that in English or you can write it in Arabic. Al-Medina al-Salam. Okay? Alright. Is that clear? What was the name of the empire that caused the fall of the Abbasid Caliphate? That is the Mongol Empire, okay? Originating in Central Asia, in between where modern-day Russia and modern-day China are. What was the name of the military commander who led the siege of Baghdad? I know you guys will remember this, and I hope you always remember this. Hulagu Khan, okay? He was the grandson of Genghis Khan, okay? Hulagu Khan laid siege to Baghdad in the year 1258 CE, Common Era. Which caliphate succeeded the Abbasids, becoming the fourth and final Islamic caliphate? It is Al-Khilafa al-Uthmaniyya, okay? Or Al-Usmani. In English, we call them the Ottoman Empire. What was the name of the first sultan of this final caliphate? So I know in Arabic you would say Uthman, but in Turkish and in English we call him Osman. So Sultan Osman founded the Ottoman Empire in the year 1299. Okay. What is the name for the part of the world where this caliphate originated in? So you can say the word Anatolia, which is a part of the world that is in Upper Mesopotamia, in modern-day Bakur. Or you can also use the modern name, the Republic of Turkey. All right. And once again, I'm going to take a picture of this. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or comment your concerns that you may have. If you do not have any questions, please, I hope that this helped you out. And I hope that you all pass the final exam. And I'm going to ask you very kindly, please, the new social studies questions that we have been doing in the past, let's say three to 4 weeks. The ones I assigned on April 26th. So remember, there are 3 questions relating to Kurdish history and culture, 3 questions relating to Sumerian history and culture about Uruk, right? So, remember, I'm going to verbalize them one more time. Question number 1 is, what is the significance of this holiday? Okay? Holiday meaning the Kurdistan Flag Day? Number 2, what do all the symbols included in the Kurdish flag represent? Number 3, what kinds of traditions are performed during this holiday? And the following 5 questions are relating to the city of Uruk, which is one of the Sumerian civilizations. Questions are as follows. Number 1, what are hieroglyphics? Number 2, where were the first words written by humans located? Number 3, what is the meaning of the word summer or Sumerian? Number 4, what part of Iraq is the city-state of Uruk located in? So Uruk is the English word, Al-Warqa is the Arabic word. And last but not least, number 5, what famous epic from ancient times is listed here? The word epic meaning poem or story. All right, so once again, have an enjoyable Ramadan, and I hope you're all staying safe. I can't wait to see you all again, and stay healthy, and hopefully I will see you all within the next 2 to 3 weeks. All right, have a good day.